What got you into comedy?
Well, it's weird. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey circus clown up until about middle school.
Interesting.
And somewhere along the way, that became stand-up comedy because I just started watching, like, comedy on TV, like Comedy Central and stuff. And, like, I was like, oh, I really like stand-up comedy. And, like, it was, like, my desire to make people laugh went from being a clown to which I guess is a comedian's a clown for adults.
Right, yeah. More like a jester.
In some ways, yeah. But, so, like, I'm basically doing what I always wanted to do, which is travel around and make people laugh, just instead of, like, children and families, it's drunks in a comedy club, So.
Well, how was your family supportive?
Yeah. Like, I ended up, like, when I was younger, like, I started, I had all these problems at school. Well, not at school so much, like, just doing my schoolwork, but I had all these problems at home and, like, all these mental issues and stuff. So, like, they couldn't ever get me to do my assignments at school. So the way they would get me to do my work is they would be like, all right, well, if Ben does his work in class, last 5-10 minutes, he can entertain the class.
Oh, nice.
So I'd write these little sketches. Like I did like a Richard Simmons impression.
That's awesome.
Like a George W. Bush impression.
Your teacher nailed it.
Yeah.
That teacher
Absolutely.
deserves that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, it was all the teachers because
that's
they
awesome.
had to.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
But
Hey, Thomasville's good for something.
Yeah, I was a special case. Like, this kid's not going to graduate unless we give him his 5 minutes.
That's incredible, though.
Yeah, man. I actually like that a lot.
How old were you then? Like 15 or something? 14, 15?
I was probably more middle school.
Yeah.
They really didn't have as much of a tolerance for it in high school as much. When you're still young, and I'm just like,
12, 13.
Yeah, it's like a piece of candy for me. It's like, oh yeah, he can do his little thing, and sometimes I'd fucking kill. I don't want to brag or anything, but age 12, I was slaying them.
You were slaying other 12-year-olds.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I was the Rodney Dangerfield of Ledford Middle School.
That's funny.
That's good shit.
And if the teacher laughed, you had something really good, right?
Yeah.
See, I said some shit in high school, and the teachers laughed, and then I still got in trouble, though.
Yeah.
Like I said it, they laughed a lot.
Accidentally.
Yeah, it was she accidental.
Isn't that the best?
And then it was just like, I had one teacher specifically. It was just like, and I knew because she had told me so many times, just principal's office, like just go.
That's
right.
funny.
I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but did you guys ever have like a teacher in school that like was a good teacher, but they always were the one to make the comment that was not appropriate?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like it would be funny as hell. Like I remember one time they had like some school assembly, and it was like they had this like, I don't know if you ever heard of them, but this like thing called the power team. That's like these big strong dudes.
Yeah.
And, like they go to churches and stuff. And like it's like more of like a Christian message, but when they do schools, it's like they rip these phone books in half.
I was gonna say the phone books, man.
They blow up like a hot water balloon. Yeah. And it's like, I hate when people commit suicide. It makes me so mad. They just rip it. Like, so they have to change their message because of separation of church and state. Or I was sitting in the assembly when the guy was ripping the phone book, and at the end of the assembly, he was talking about, it was like, I'm 24 years old and I'm proud to say I'm still a virgin. And I heard the art teacher behind me go, that's probably, he could probably still rip a phone book with his bare hands.
That's awesome.
That's good shit.
I was like, but I always I had a few teachers like that were just like,
the teachers that actually treat you as a more
like
mature,
an adult,
an adult. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, Coach Dubas, that was one. Shout out to Coach Dubas. I don't know.
I had a coach. I didn't play sports in schools I worked, but he was like our weight training.
Coach, several of those guys, Coach Neal.
Yeah, he was cool. Like we would just hang out with him. Have normal adult conversations. In high school.
It was so cool, man. When the coaches when they were dating like girls my age, I thought that was awesome. We just hang out and they.
Yeah, and it is definitely not awesome.
No, I'm just I'm just kidding.
No, that's,
bad joke.
Okay.
No, seriously though, one of my favorite teachers, Miss Carroll. Shout out to Miss Carroll. She didn't take no shit. That's why I liked her.
Yeah.
She had a set of balls on her. No offense, Miss Carroll. But I mean, like, just was like, she could take it because I gave a lot of shit.
Yeah, that one, like, little old lady that could burn shit
Oh,
down,
bro, man. She was awesome. She took no shit, gave zero fucks, and, like, highly intelligent. She like dialed me in, but she would deal with my shit to an extent, but she would redirect me, like kind of like your redirection. I had a little, I had some anger stuff going on and some different things, right? And so she'd be like, she wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
She would like, she'd go get me out of other people's classes, come sit me in her class, and be like, basically like, sit there and shut the fuck up. And
saying I couldn't do a set at the end of her class.
Oh, bro. I mean, she was cool though.
Yeah,
she was cool, but she just was. I don't know how to explain it. Like she was.
We had a teacher kind of like that.
Yeah, she was hard, but she'd let you do some shit though, and it wasn't go to the principal's office.
Yeah, that was. I spent most of my 10th grade English year in the hallway because I had a teacher like that.
Yeah.
Me and a couple of my other friends that were all mischievous were in the same class. And we were in trouble all the time. And instead of sending us to the office or suspending us or giving us ISS, she'd just make us sit in the hallway.
Yeah.
Guys, just go up there.
Yeah,
it's like when you're like a little kid, they make you stand in the corner or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the kid that stands in the corner is the one that stands in the hallway later in life.
Yeah.
You know what I couldn't get down with was just asking permission to go to the bathroom. Like that was where I ran into a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, look,
like it's happening whether you want it to or not.
I had to get up.
It could be here, it could be over there.
Yeah, well, how do we know if you're abusing it? I'm like, if raising my hand means I'm not abusing it versus me just getting up to go piss, like that's not a clear separation. Like I'm getting up to go piss because I got to go piss, right? Like I didn't want to ask, and so they would say you need to ask to go to the bathroom, and I'd be like, okay, and I would just go.
Do you have to ask to go to the bathroom?
Yeah,
Or they do that thing where it's like, can I go to the bathroom? What do you mean, may you go to the
bathroom?
bathroom?
I hate that shit. Yeah. So now, je voudrais aller à la salle de bain. I still remember in French, can I go to the bathroom? Because that French teacher was such a.
She made you ask to go to the bathroom
in French.
Wow.
So it became a joke. I would just ask every day. Like no matter what, I'd get there. We'd be 15 minutes in the class. And I'd say I need to get. And she would. Now, to her credit, the very first day I got removed from one of my best friend's mother's Spanish class, and got put into Miss Lemon's class. And the very first day she said, "What should we call you?" And I was like, "Fifi dog," right? So she called me Fifi all throughout high school. She ran into me. This has been a few years now. She ran into me, and she's like, "Fifi dog." She's still trolling me. I was like, I fucking love you. Like that's awesome.
That's a lady that remembers. It's always
exactly,
when
man.
Somebody that has taught that many kids, can remember.
Yeah.
No, what that means is I was memorable.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, my teachers remember me too. So.
You were something to write home about.
Yep. So, but anyway, I enjoyed it. But yeah, I hated that shit. I don't know. I know a teacher that offended more people than anybody else. Mr. Marlowe.
Oh, really?
Speaking of going to the bathroom.
There you go. Mr. Marlowe, like 7th or 8th grade. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. But I think he's an 8th grade teacher, but Mr. Marlowe, that dude offended. He would get so upset, but he offended so many people. So many people.
Yeah.
Low key, and I don't want to call him out. I mean, I felt like the 8th grade version of me felt like he was a racist as well. So
yeah, I feel like there's some of those types of people do get into the educational system.
Yeah.
Like you ever have like a teacher that I had like a history teacher that he had this weird fascination where anytime there was somebody in history that was rumored to have been gay, he always made a point to mention it. Like Napoleon Bonaparte, rumored homosexual. Every single person that had any sort of like gay rumors about him, he had to make a point to mention it. It was weird.
Well, was he trying to make people feel like more comfortable, or was he trying to say?
I think he just wanted to say it.
Yeah. I think that's funny, actually. See, I had a good time with some of that stuff, man. Some of those teachers. See, I loved a good teacher made it work, man. Like, I don't know, maybe 90% of my teachers. I mean, it wasn't that I hated them, but I felt like I hated them, right?
Yeah.
That 10% is why I stayed. And I mean, I was highly intelligent. I did very, very well.
Oh, yeah.
I just hated it. I hated that it was too much structure, too much confined.
That was me too. It's like on the tests, and like if when they did like my testing in kindergarten to see like where they sort of place where you are in the head as a kid. You're like academically gifted, but it's like he doesn't do homework at all.
Yeah.
Who does?
He just refuses not to. Well, see, like they screwed up when I was like in middle school, they made the mistake of telling kids that part of the curriculum was you had to pass math and English, and you had to pass either science or social studies. Well, they should have never told me that.
Right.
Because I gave minimal effort to social studies, and I just completely didn't do anything in science. I did just enough to pass.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. Like in my science class, like the teacher just wouldn't even hand me the assignments anymore. He's like, he's not going to do them. And I was like, I just straight up boycotted, which is a real slacker thing to do. It's like, I'm just not going to even try at all because I don't have to.
Yeah. Damn.
That was always me. Like I was just such a slacker. Like I could have done better, you know. Like I'd do these projects like in school, and like it would be like one I'd have to really do. Like we had to do this one project where it was like you had to like find different songs that were related to historical events. You know.
Oh, I did that.
So like
So
that
was science, you said?
It was like U.S. history. Like
U.S. history.
It was later in school, and I was like, I started on it like the night before. You had to like pick like 15 songs, and you had to write an explanation as to how it related to history or whatever. So, you know, like Scorpions Wind of Change or whatever you wrote, like about the Berlin Wall falling or something.
Yeah.
You know, so
I was there when the Berlin Wall came down, by the way.
Were you really?
Yeah, we lived. My dad's in the Army. We were stationed there. Yeah,
that's nuts, man.
I got a piece of it in my house. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
I think I was a fetus at that point.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I think I was like 4. I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're not that much older than me. So but yeah, like I would start like the night before, but I'm a fantastic writer. So like I just banged out these things, but I only got like 5 of them done, and I'd get like a better grade than the kids that like tried really hard for 3 weeks because they couldn't write the explanations.
Yeah.
And everybody was mad because like Ben didn't even do his project. He didn't even do all the songs. And he was like, yeah, but he
nailed it.
He nailed the part that he did. So.
Yeah. So Miss Baxter, 6th grade science, right? Miss Baxter, Miss Houston was my English teacher. Those stood out to me. But you were talking about the song, right? A song was something. So I remember to this day, Miss Baxter, she gave us like a range, and I had to find music that matched, that was about science, right? And I ended up, and she gave us a year range, and I ended up with like Earth, Wind, Fire, like, and I had to write like this little thing while the music was playing in the background, and I mean like I killed it, but it was so like soul crushing. Like I felt like I sold out. I was like, this is fucking this is terrible.
You're like, can we not?
Yeah, like do I have to do this in front of everybody? Like really? Like I was not. And in the 6th grade, I wasn't rebellious enough to so I did it, and I regret. I died a little when I did it. Yeah, Miss Douglas in 8th grade science, I believe, made me do something very similar in front of everybody. She's like, "Oh, you'll nail it," and I did it, and I did well, but I still felt a little less manly, less me.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they got you.
They got me, man.
Hacked.
Yeah, because I like those teachers. I let them get away with a little bit more. Mm-hmm. You know, I let them.
Yeah. You let them. Yeah, you, the student, allowed the teacher to give you those assignments.
That's right. And
you were required to do to pass.
Yeah, and let me get up in front of everybody and do it. Yeah. It's funny how I remember it.
Yeah. That's funny.